All right, so I got a sample piece of sheetrock out here in the yard. I get commonly asked a lot how to put the drywall texture on a piece of sheetrock and match other texture. It's quite easy to do. Doesn't take a whole lot of skill. I use this right here a lot. You can buy this at Home Depot or Lowe's. It's wall texture, orange peel in a can. It's got fine, medium, and heavy. I traditionally just set it to about the middle, which is, I guess, medium. And then if you're backed away from the wall enough, you're gonna get more of a finer result. It just really depends on what you have. A lot of comments say these cans don't work, they're bad from the store. I suggest shaking them up for a good 10 minutes. There's a metal ball. You can hear that in the inside. If the can is like super cold when you grab it, run it under a little bit of lukewarm water. Don't get the can too hot. If you do, it's gonna make the product thin out way too much. They suggest holding it, I believe, 14 to 24 inches away, or 24 to 36 inches away, using a circular motion. Apply when it's 68 degrees and above. I'm out here in Florida. It's a little bit cooler today. I've already shook this can for 10-15 minutes. I had to actually heat it up because it was in my work van. So it's about room temp right now. Usually I'll spray a little bit off to the side, you know, in some paper or whatever, a bucket, before I start trying to put it on the wall, just to make sure it's coming out the can correctly. You can always get a scrap piece of drywall and spray it on it, see if you can compare the two different textures. This piece of drywall that I have, I've already textured, and you can actually see old tape lines where we've pulled tape, and I've done a couple other videos. To the right side here is where we're going to be spraying today. We're going to try to match that texture with what we have here in this Homax can. Like I said, spray a little bit off to the side. I usually go up and down first with my can, then side to side. Then I'll do it again, but overlapping the old texture with the new texture. And as long as you overlap it by, say, I usually do a foot on anything that I repair drywall, overlapping the texture by a foot seems to help a lot. Here we go. Give it a little test spray. I'm gonna go up and down, staying about 14, 24 inches. I'm letting off each time I go up or down and hit the bottom. Now you can see that's pretty light. Now we're gonna go right to left. Try to keep your hand straight, only using your wrist. Okay, now we've got that far. You can tell that that's a lot thicker build than what I've just put on. So we're just gonna keep repeating till we start matching that thickness. This is really not hard to do. Grab a scrap piece of drywall, like $4 or $5, practice on it. Now, once you start getting it where it's getting close to the same looking texture, this is when you'll start finally overlapping. I'm gonna go ahead and hit this whole board. Try not to focus on just one area, because you will put too much if you do. Just keep putting it on. You can wait a minute. Once it dries, it's gonna actually shrink just a little bit, but not a whole lot. I'm gonna let that ride. Now don't mind these tape joints that are right here. This is from a previous video. But as you can see, that is pretty darn close. Now take it, this is not primed, this is not painted. This is just a piece of raw drywall that we've added texture to. After you do this, I would suggest priming the board prior to paint. Usually your better paints have paint and primer in one, which is usually all we use. Anyhow, I hope this video helps somebody. Again, this is the Homax wall texture. You can buy it at Lowe's, Home Depot, Ace Hardware, pretty sure anywhere, even Walmart. Thanks, and hope you have a great day.